Hi, we're Heretics Abode. I am Brenda Death Muffin. We're here with Rob, who's also known as Thunderboom, and Manny, who is Nephilim. Our fourth podcaster is Miss Wendy, who is UV Appletini, and she is out on medical leave, and we're wishing her all the very best in her recovery. Today we're going to discuss Diablo 4, what we think of it so far, what we think so far of Season 1, and with that, I will hand it over to Rob.
What's going on, guys? I'm Boom, aka Rob. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, this podcast is all about the casual gamer. We're a bunch of casual gamers. That's what we are. We we don't play this game 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I I don't know if we like it or not. Manny, do you like the game? I mean, because
Yeah,
right now it's in a bad state.
yeah. Regarding that question that you are posing, not just for me, but for the overall community, the problem with the product right now is, from my perspective, is that's just too fragmented. They are trying to sell the idea that there is a framework for engaging the game with a strategic mindset and a mindset that lets you enjoy the game. But the reality is that the pieces of the puzzle are just too far away. They are not connecting adequately, and the overall experience is being very difficult. I'm struggling personally to maintain the commitment and to maintain the excitement that Blizzard built up in getting into June of this year. But from that point to today, which is August 7th of 2023, the fragmentation and the way that they have tried to intertwine the different aspects of the game has not been working for me.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think it's worked for a lot of people. I think they kind of rushed into season one without fixing the game. There's a lot of quality of life issues in the game that would make season one a lot better. I mean,
Definitely.
if I think they should have just held back on season one for 6 months. I mean, that's my honest opinion. However, they are working as hard as they can, I guess, to get everything going with the upcoming patch 1.1.1. It looks like we're going to get a little bit of help, but if you read the patch notes, I guess we're just going to have to wait till tomorrow when it launches and see how it is because, I like the fact that they buffed the wizard a little bit, gave him some new enhancements on the fire, and it creates new builds. But is the wizard still going to be able to do a 100? Um, Surely, yeah. I mean, to me, the wizard's overpowered anyway. I mean, as far as the ice build, the ice shard build is just devastating as long as you can get them froze. If you can CC them before they CC you got a shot. But I also seen that they're increasing the boss, so
Yeah.
it's going to take you 3 times as long to kill the boss now. So I mean, if you're running, if you're a casual gamer and you're running, you do by chance get up there to run a level 100. Yeah, good luck with the boss.
Yeah, in that regard, if I may add something before allowing Brenda to chime in, the I had four themes for my contribution to the podcast. The first one is the issue of leveling. I find leveling a very tedious task, and I'm not implying that they should allow a very quick leveling like we are used to in Diablo 3, but the experience from 1 to 50, I find it somewhat satisfying from my perspective, somewhat satisfying. The issue comes when we start grinding from 50 to 100. That if you don't have a good clan like Heretics Abode, the best clan in the world, we help each other. So anyone wanted to come in, join us. But that point aside, The if you don't have a good set of friends, casual gamers, friends that are with you, it is almost impossible to do it on your own with an hour and a half on the day because the casual gamer has a life and is working hard. So, from my perspective, the issue of leveling has become a very huge problem, and it has a spillover effect on the disposition of the players to do the darn alts. We haven't finished leveling our main in the season. I have a barb. Currently, I'm level 74. I've been working hard, but still, I'm level 74, and Blizzard intends for me to make an alt without having hit the 100 with the barb. So I don't know why they say they have think about us as the end users of the game, the casual gamer, because the issue of leveling alone is a off psychology. It activates an off psychology on any player because it takes just too long.
Well, I agree with you on that, and I think they're going to lose a lot of people on it because you just said you played an hour and a half a day. The casual gamer don't play an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. The casual gamer may play 2 hours a week. I mean, if you got an 8 to 5 and you go to work every day and you work 8 to 5, you come home. Most people, I mean, kids don't. The young kids don't, but adults, which there's more adults that play this game. I'd say the average age on this game is probably 30 to 50 or even higher. We got guys that in our clan that are almost in their 60s.
60 and up.
Yeah, 60 and up that
Yeah.
play this game. That pretty much have played
Yeah,
all the
I
Diablo
would say that
series, because when we started playing Diablo, we were in our 20s. Now we're all in our 40s, 50s. There's times when they don't get a chance to play but 2, 3 hours a week. They got real life situations and stuff going on, but they love the game. So, what do you?
No,
What do you think about it, Brenda? I mean,
I'm I'm dissatisfied with the experience so far. I'm totally
and that's
honest.
just
I
not
love the
because you're a woman.
game. No, no, it's not just because I'm a woman. I've been playing Diablo for longer than I want to admit. So I'm used to the game. I'm used to how Blizzard does things when it comes to Diablo. Um, I do like how they're taking feedback into account and they're working it into their fixes and their patches. I think that's great. Historically, they've done that, and it's always gotten better after a while. I'm just still raw over the fact that we've waited so long and the experience was, well, I mean, like Manny said, I was really excited for this game, and I rode that high for the first couple of weeks, and now the first season's out, the battle pass is out, we're working through it, and it's like that grind is mind numbing. I don't mind working for the levels. I don't mind working for the levels, but Jesus Christ, does it have to be so difficult? I
Shoot,
mean,
I'm not working for the levels. That's between 80 or no, I won't even go that high. Between 70 and 100 takes entirely too long.
that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm at 76 right now, and I've actually had extra time to play the game because I've had some work drop off, and I'm in the process of trying to find some more clients. So I have a little extra time, so I might spend 2 or 3 hours a day playing. I am still only at a 76. I do have my days where I just walk away from the computer and I don't want to even deal with it. But I think I'm averaging at least 10 to 12 hours a week
And that's a
since
lot.
it started.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
still only at 76. And I don't know, I mean, I know how to play Diablo. I know how to play the
yeah.
game, but the drops are just so friggin' horrible. I'll say it. I think they suck. The drops suck. I get nothing.
Yeah, they increased the drop rate, but they didn't improve the quality of the drop that you get at all.
You know,
Definitely.
you get 20 pieces versus 10, but it's still 20 pieces of shit. What am I doing with it? Nothing. It's just cluttering up my bag. I have to go and I have to get rid of it, and then I start picking up shit again.
Yeah, I think they need to
I'm
reevaluate,
not happy.
especially during season play, because nobody likes to. I mean, that's the only reason why I ain't created a hardcore character. I like playing hardcore, but I don't want to play a hardcore character, get it to level 100, and then go, I want to play a seasonal, a regular character, and then have to do all the freaking renowned all over again. I don't want to do that.
Definitely.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
what's the purpose of it? And then seasons or the way the season mechanics are right now, I wouldn't want to play a hardcore character anyway. How many times do I get disconnected when we're playing? At
Yeah,
least
no,
two or three
that's
times.
yeah.
Why would I want to play a hardcore character when I'm going to get disconnected
Def-
for no reason other than that I
You don't.
teleported or I moved too quick into something and it freezes everything around me and I'm just running around and can't do nothing. I mean, it does it at
it's
least
horrible.
twice a
Horrible.
day. At least twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
And
to
the lag
fix the
spikes are
renown
really
stuff. I think once you get it with one character, it should, don't matter if you're playing hardcore, if you're playing softcore, all your renown should be done. Nobody wants to do that grind over and over and over and over again. It's
no.
just
I mean, it's one thing.
implement something else if you want to do.
It's one thing if they want to introduce it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's one thing if they want to introduce like different dungeons, or you know, finding different things in different dungeons and redoing dungeons and stuff like that. Just to find stuff, but to have to do it as part of the leveling process and getting your renown again and again and again. Nobody wants to keep doing that.
Well, no, not to get the extra Paragon points. I mean, get those extra
Well,
Paragon points should be your renown should be just goes towards, I don't know, put it towards something else. Don't penalize people because they don't want to do all the side quests. They don't want to do the dungeons or anything extra to get all their renown done, to get those 4 Paragon. Because you're penalizing them. If they don't do it, then well, they're short 20 Paragon at the when they get done. And that makes
it just
no sense to me. That
I
absolutely makes
agree.
no sense. And for the casual gamer, they don't have that kind of time. They don't have that time to put in.
No,
No.
no,
We
I
just
got
want to get on
lucky.
and play the game.
I got lucky
You
on
know,
season one with the extra time I have, but when season two comes out, I'm not gonna have that extra time. So I mean, I'll be lucky to hit 100 season two. But at this rate, I'll be lucky to hit 100 season one, even with the extra time. So it doesn't really matter.
well, that's what I'm
And
saying. Every one of us will hit 100. We are casual gamers, but we do play a little bit more than some of the average people. I mean, I
Yeah.
try to get on and at least play. Maybe if I can get up early, if I don't sleep in before I go to work, I may get up at 4:30 in the morning and play for an hour before I go to work. And then
hmm
my wife's a nurse. Sometimes she works till 7. I get off at 5. By the time I get home, it's around 6. I might get an hour, hour and a half to play in the evening. I might get 3, 4 hours, you know, every other day. Because I mean, there's shit I got to do too. Yard work. I mean, spend time with the kids. Do this. I don't have time to sit here and grind renown. And for the average gamer, you in an hour's gameplay, you'll never hit 100 in season if you're playing an hour and a half a day. The battle pass is useless. I would recommend nobody spend the money on the battle pass. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
my
right
opinion
now,
until they can fix the game to where an average person, because I mean, this game should be tailored towards the average gamer. I mean, it's good to have the big streamers like Rax and Woody and all them. They're excellent, man. They're experts at everything that they do, and they have a good community. The community base for them is very well, and they're very well heard. And they do kind of speak out for the casual gamer here and there. But Blizzard's tailoring this game towards them. That's 2%.
Definitely.
There's 2% of people all over the world that can do the shit that they do or have the time to do that stuff. I don't have the time in season. Rex, this whole season will have every character solo self-bound, every character to 100 and beat Lilith and have everything done. And that is so unachievable for the average person. I mean, I hate to say that,
right.
but it is. You know, make the seasons a little bit easier. I'm not saying make them real easy, but let us power level people. We did it in D3. We did it in D3. We can hit 70 and then we can paragon you up and get your gear to wherever you need to be. That was the fun thing to do. Because even though you got power level, you know, we every one of us in D3 always played season. We
Yep.
always ran 150s.
Yep.
Yep.
We all ran 150 solos. We were not in the top 500. Well, some seasons, you know, we'd make the leaderboards, but it wasn't about that. It was just about, hey, I cleared 150.
Woohoo! Yeah.
That's all it was about. Is hey, I did something, you know, and you pat yourself on the back. You did good. You beat the game. Was you top 10?
Yeah.
No, but most people that were hackers anyway, botters and cheats, and you know, until they make it to where the average gamer can go in there and at least get to 100 to get a shot. Because even at 100, there are probably very few people that don't cheat or that didn't cheat
Yeah.
or didn't have help beat Uber Lilith.
Yeah. No,
You got the top
I'm gonna just
guys
come out
that
and
I mean, I am not taking away nothing from them. I mean, Rex is one of the best players. Him and Woody are probably two of the best players in the world when it comes to playing this game. That's on the up and up. That don't cheat, and they usually do it hardcore. So I mean, there's a lot to lose if you die. So for the average gamer,
Yep.
battle pass, no, pass on it.
I'm
So
gonna I'm gonna just come out and say it right now. I will not be one of those people who can beat Uber Lilith on my own. I will need help to beat her. I already know it. I just by looking at how the game is progressing so far, I already know it. And that kind of makes me sad because in D3 I could run a 150 on my own. I could clear it easily enough. I mean, it took time to get to that point, but I knew I would get to that point. And in D4, I'm not even seeing that. I don't even have that inkling that I can do it. It's kind of deflating.
yeah, I after hearing you both, I have some recommendations for Blizzard, and I hope that they take the time to see the podcast. Regarding the leveling theme, which was the first concern I brought up, on your first character in the season, Blizzard should allow a 50% increase in the experience. Right out of the bat, 50% increase on the first character. The second recommendation, read my lips, Blizzard. Read my lips. 100% increase on the darn alts. If you want people to keep playing the game, you gotta facilitate the alt leveling process. Obviously, Thunder stole my thunder on the third one, and I wanted to ask Blizzard, please allow the freaking power level again. And finally, I just wish this recommendation to be implemented. Please allow the rebirth of our eternal characters into the seasonal realm, man. Because if not, it sucks very hard. So those are my recommendations regarding that, and I think it's doable. I think it's easy. It is adequate and it will facilitate the quality of life of the players.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know
I
what you
agree.
think, guys.
I
No,
agree.
no, I completely agree.
Blizzard's doing a lot. They
I
really
can.
are. I mean, I don't want the people to think we're just sitting here bashing Blizzard. I mean, they're trying to do
No.
everything they can do to give us a quality game. I mean, if you read the patch notes for 111, it's a mile long. But there's still
Yeah.
one thing
And
in there that I did not see that I want. I mean, I'm not
let us
playing
respawn where we
hardcore.
die.
I like pushing the limits, and I'm gonna die. I don't want to
Yeah.
run all the way across the freaking map and then turn around and die, and then get respawned back at the damn checkpoint. That for some ungodly reason the checkpoint's always within 50 yards from the door. And I'm a fat boy. I have to run all the way back up to where I'm, and then I'm gonna die again. And then it's gonna spawn
Yeah.
me all back. Give me the option. Give me the option to respawn right there. Give me a 2 second window, just like in D3. Give me an option to respawn at checkpoint or revive right there where I'm at. I mean, don't make me
Definitely.
run that much further to get back in battle. Please, Blizzard, fix that. If anything you fix that. So,
And
Definitely.
oh, and another thing.
and to
One more thing, and
mhm.
then, because those are really the only two bad hiccups that I really have. I can deal with the horse and all that stuff. They'll fix that stuff in time and all that stuff. But the second thing is, let me, if I'm running dungeon solo and I'm inside the dungeon, let me pause the fucking game. Let me pause the game. If I get a phone call, let me hit escape and pause the game. You could do it in D3. Long as you were solo, you could pause. Give me the option, because there's a lot of times if I'm playing at work or something at lunch, but yet the phone rings, I can't pause it. And then when it comes to taking the phone call or dying, guess what? I'm dying because I'm at
Definitely.
work. I got to take the phone call. Or,
Mhm.
if it's my wife calling me and I'm at home, I still got to take the phone call. I don't have the time
Mhm.
to run away from everything. If you can run away from everything, because everything chases you a mile, and teleport back to town and then take a phone call. Those are
Definitely.
the only two things that
Definitely.
I really have a problem with this game. As far as there's, I have a lot more problems, but those are two of the biggest things that I would like to see fixed.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. But so this doesn't turn into like just this big huge bash fest. Maybe we should just discuss what we like about it. I mean, I think this game is visually stunning. I think they've done a lot of work with the different areas that you can go to. Um, I mean, you can tell that they put their heart, their soul into this game, and it is just one of those things where it's going to take time to work out all the kinks. Um, and I sometimes I get mad at myself because I'm not the most patient person on the planet. I mean, I want things fixed now because I've waited long enough, and maybe that's selfish of me. It very well could be, but I really think that after the amount of time that everybody has waited for this to come out, that it could have been launched with a little more a little more thought given to the gameplay and to the quality of life and to the leveling. I mean, I know they didn't want to make this a cakewalk for anybody, but damn it, I didn't want to try to swim through quicksand either.
Definitely,
You
definitely.
know, it shouldn't be
I
it shouldn't be a battle between both.
definitely. I'm we're nearing the half hour on the podcast, and maybe I can suggest, guys, that for next time we talk about respecting. I had that in my notes, but if we get into that theme now, we won't finish the podcast. And the issue that is arising from respecting, and if the game is hard, well, let me then experiment in the game more easily. But try to respect a character that's level 80, and you will know what I'm talking about. So I would suggest,
Yeah,
guys,
no,
that we
Well,
take
I
that
agree.
I
theme.
mean, they're actually fixing that in this upcoming patch. I mean, if you didn't get that far down in the
I
patch,
didn't.
if you're
I
level
didn't.
50, it's going to cost you 12%, 60 is 18, 70 is 24, 80%. If you get to level 80 in respec, it's 30%. So, I mean, they are going to fix it a little bit.
Yeah, but you still
It's
will
just,
be going one by one, going back. Not there is not a erase all the tiles. So you gotta do it manually.
yeah.
That's
Um,
that's
me personally, with the whole respecking thing, yes, they need to fix that respecking thing, and I know we shouldn't be going over it, but we're gonna go over because I have to say this. They need to let us save our builds. I am absolutely just
Yeah.
fuming over the fact that we can't save our builds and then experiment with a different build. You have to
And you got
literally
a locker
rebuild the
already.
entire thing from the ground up. Yeah,
Yeah. And you got a
yeah. I
locker.
mean, let me save my build. I don't care about saving what the character looks like and what colors to choose for the armor. I want to save the build. I
yeah.
want to save the paragon tree that I have for that one. I want to save it all, and I want to be able to rebuild a new one. And I should not have to in season, mind you. I should not have to redo everything to get back to that point. I should be able to rebuild with everything that I have and just do a different build.
That would be awesome if
It
they
makes it
implemented that.
that
I
Yeah.
that
think I
yeah. I
think that
mean,
would be freaking awesome if they let you, and that may come later when they introduce class sets. Eventually, it's got to come. If
it
it
has to
don't
because this
come,
is crazy.
the game's over with. Ain't nobody gonna keep playing something
No.
that there's no reward for. I mean, I want to play two or three different builds. That was what was great about D3. You could have one character spec it for speed farming, then turn around and get your gear and spec it for uh,
Exactly.
keys, and then push. You could have three, four,
It,
five different builds, six different builds for one character.
yep, and that needs to be implemented into D4.
And
It needs
I
to
got to tell
happen.
you, the older I get, I forget half the shit that I need to put on anyway. I mean, if I got my build perfect and I'm looking at max roll and I'm looking like right now I'm playing the Ice Shard Wizard or Sort and I'm looking at North Wars build on max roll and I'm building it and specking it to the T, getting the Paragon spec to the T. Well, if I decide I want to go back, I want to play the Blizzard build because I've never played it. And then I respec and I put all my gear in my stash and I respec my Paragon board and then I do that and I get all the gear for that. By the time, if I want to go back and play my Ice Shards build because I realize, oh, maybe it's not as good or maybe it's better, I don't know. But if it's not as good, then I got to turn around and go back and study again for what I got to do to get this build back.
That's the
Maybe I
problem.
deleted that
That's what
shit out
makes
of
me
my damn. Maybe I
that's
got
yeah.
needed stash space that I don't have, and I deleted everything that I needed for that build. So now I can't even go back. Now I got to grind everything again. Makes no sense to me. I agree 100% with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my biggest beef. That right there and the time it takes to level is my biggest beef. I like the
Yes.
game. I do. I
Yeah.
I do
like the
too, man. I
game.
think the
I'm just my
storyline is the
experience.
best storyline I've ever seen and played
Yes.
through.
There's just something about the storyline that's just and I know Wendy, I wish she was here. She had said it before. I mean, and she didn't want to overuse the word, but it is epic. The writing is just on point. I can, as a writer, I can find no fault with it, and it's a storyline that just grabs you and pulls you in. You want to play the game. They've done so much with this universe. They've made it into something really friggin' special. I just wish that they didn't drop the ball on these. I mean, because to me, these are key points that they really need to address. They really need to address them, and that's
Yeah.
all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah.
All
I think
right.
that's it for this podcast, guys. It's 30 minutes
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And guys, if you're looking for a
Manny's our
clan,
official. Manny's our
yeah,
official time clock.
yeah. Boy, he's on point with that. I guess you got other things you got to do, huh? Just like a
No,
normal
it's
person.
just that we don't want to bore people. We want
No,
to keep
we
it
don't.
simple.
But
You know,
anyway, guys, if you're looking for a clan or anything that you need help with, because that's what we're just casual gamers, and the whole point of our clan is we help everybody. We we can power level you to what they allow us to power level you to. So just if if you're in game, look at Heretics Abode, look us up. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter,
We're on
YouTube,
Instagram.
Discord.
We're on
So
Threads.
we'll,
We're
we'll
everywhere.
help anybody out that we can help out. I mean, because if the casual gamers don't stick together and play together to try to play this game, it's they're going to lose a lot of people, and they're going to lose them real
Yeah.
quick. And
y,
Agreed.
I want this game to
y,
be
y,
a
ta-
fun game.
y
So
también hablamos español para los que necesiten hablar español. Hablamos español también.
That too. What he said.
what he said.
Yeah, I was saying
Y'all
that
have a
that,
great
that we
night,
talk
guys. And
Spanish. Take
yeah.
care.